Hey guys, welcome back to Gracious Living. So today's video is entitled, Let's Speak the Truth. Okay, so what I'm about to talk about gets me so excited. What I'm about to say has changed my life and just turned everything around for me. So one of the biggest things that I've had to deal with in my life personally is my own mind. I am a perfectionist and I'm very hard on myself. I have to be perfect or what's the point of even doing anything? This mentality can have its, upsides, but it also has its downfalls, and I experienced more of that. So for years I struggled with degrading thoughts toward myself, which then would lead to me saying words about myself that weren't very nice, which then just turned into the lowest self-esteem ever. But eventually, it got to the point where my mom was catching on that I was saying a lot of bad things about myself, and she didn't like it very much. She would try to convince me that my words had a lot of power, and I kind of would roll my eyes and I'd just be like, okay, I'll try to work on it, but I didn't really try to work on it at all. And so it all kind of came to a head, So since moms let absolutely nothing slide, nothing, they just know everything, and it's really creepy sometimes, but that's okay. She obviously realized that I wasn't trying to change anything. She specifically realized that one day when I went on a total tangent about myself, and I was just ranting because I just thought I was the worst human being alive. And as stupid as this tangent was, there wasn't one word that I said that I didn't fully believe. Here's the deal. The devil, he can be very good at what he does. He's a sly little bugger, okay? And so he's a father of lies, okay? That's all he can do. All he can do is lie. And he does that very well. The thing about Satan is that he is not equal to God. I feel sometimes he can be matched to God, but on the evil spectrum, and God on the good spectrum. No, it's not even a fair comparison, okay? The devil can only whisper lies in our ears, while God can he's God. The thing that's different with the devil is that he can only use the power that we give to him. When we are coming into agreement with the thoughts that he wants us to think, we are actually giving him power in our lives. Here's the deal, and I believe this, okay? That if we have a negative thought about ourselves, okay? I quadruple million whatever % guarantee you that it is not God telling you that. I guarantee you it is not God telling you that. Here's why. Because God is gentle and he is loving and he's good, okay? And so God knows how things make you feel. If you, all of a sudden after you think something about yourself and it makes you feel anxious, it makes you feel depressed, it makes you feel ugly, it makes you feel stupid, guess what? That is not a good father telling you that, I guarantee you, okay? When God points something out broken in you, because God does correct you, but he does it so lovingly that you will feel no guilt, condemnation, no shame, because he's a good father and he knows how you take correction best. He knows your heart. But it is the total opposite when Satan is talking to you. You will feel guilt. You will feel condemnation. That is how you know that it is him. And it's up to us to decide what, as all the kids are saying these days, what we allow to live rent-free in our minds. Okay? Hopefully I did not botch that because... And here's the thing. The devil cannot read our minds. He's not God. Okay? So he can only hear what comes out of our mouths. And that is why it is so important that we watch what comes out of our mouths. Because here's the deal. The devil's all talk, he's gonna talk, okay? That's just how it is. But we need to learn to recognize the difference between his voice and God's voice so well. So when we hear a lie from the enemy, we stop that lie before it becomes a thought and before we agree with that thought and let it resonate here. Don't come into agreement with the thoughts of the enemy, because that is allowing him to have control in your life. That is the only thing that can actually let him have power in your life. We need to stop it in our heads before we believe it in our hearts and then externally speak it as truth. So when I went on that tangent, okay, I 100% let Satan win there. Okay, that was not a win for me, that was a win for Satan. So as I talked to my mom, she's kind of cool. So she like knows stuff and knows good advice. So she told me some. And this piece of advice has legitimately changed everything for me. And I want to share it with you because I mean, I guess I can't really make bold statements, but like it can change your life too. I'm just saying, just gonna like throw that one out there. This was a piece of advice that my mom gave me. She told me that whenever I would feel a negative thought come into my mind about anything, like literally anything that is not from God, go into a room, shut the door, and speak out loud the total opposite. Because that is telling Satan he doesn't get to win. He doesn't get to you, you know? And so I did it kind of to humor her. But for the first little bit of doing that, I kind of felt stupid and I kind of felt silly where I was just kind of like, maybe this whole thing isn't actually true. I don't know. I just was like doing it to humor her. But I started to notice a difference in the way that I was thinking about myself. And I felt a lot more confident all of a sudden, and I was kind of like, what's going on? And I realized it was because since I did that, every single time a bad thought about myself came into my mind, thinking the opposite of the lie became a habit to me. All this to say, like, I noticed such a big change in my life, and it was all just because I would take the time out of my day and I would declare the opposite into my situation. Just like speak the truth, declare the truth over your situation and just watch things change. Because when you speak out loud the truth, you're putting the enemy under your feet. You're saying, you don't get to come in here. You don't get to take over my mind, because this is the truth. This is what I want to be the truth. And it was so fun. I don't know, like it just changed my whole life. It changed the way I view myself now. So this is like what I want to present to you, okay? Whenever you have a bad thought about yourself, negative thought about yourself, even this works with like whenever I feel anxious or depressed or anything like that, go into a room, quiet room or a quiet place, whatever that looks like for you, and declare the opposite of your situation and watch things change. For the first little bit, like it's a little awkward and it's a little weird, and honestly, it takes a second to form a habit. And so if you believing the lies is a habit, because it definitely was for me, it's gonna take a second for like anything else to feel normal. So just know the truth about you and start declaring the opposite of what you were feeling over your life. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, 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 really want you to believe the truth about yourself, and I want you to know that like God thinks you're amazing. And like, I don't know, I know that's like everybody ever says that, but like really believe it, like really do. Anyways, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my website, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe there too if you want. But anyways, be sure to reach out to me if you have any questions. I have an Instagram and a Facebook. You can DM me there. I also have, if you go to the contact me page on my website, you can contact me there. Anyways, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear any questions that you may have. Anyways, I love you guys, and I will see you in April. Wow, I couldn't remember what month came after March, but I will see you in April, and I hope you have an amazing day. Not degrading, oh my gosh, it's not a word. I thought that degrading was a word, and it's not, and that was embarrassing. I think I was like combining degrading and aggravating. Degrading, it's a new thing, so you can use that one if you want.